Hello, friend, and welcome. This is a short tutorial, short lesson, video conversation, however you want to receive it, about the power of your subconscious mind. Now, as I'm recording this, it's in the middle of January 2024. I've had a couple clients recently contact me about how to access their subconscious to further their goals, further their intentions, because they have felt in the past that their subconscious mind has actually gotten in the way of them fulfilling on their grand intentions. And that may be the case. It's been my experience that most people have an awkward relationship with their other than conscious mind. Don't quite know what's there. A lot of it seems to be happening in the background or in the shadows. And we're not necessarily privy or aware consciously of what's going on there, frankly, because we have a lack of rapport. They're almost like two siblings that fight with each other. They love each other, but they don't quite get along. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Daniel Danovi. I'm a peak performance coach, a workshop and seminar leader, a podcaster. I've been working with the power of the subconscious mind since I was 13 years old. Now, as you can see, that happened just a couple years ago. Frankly, it's been 50 years. I'm now 63. The first 15 years, I began from 13 to 28, for 15 years of accessing hypnosis. I used myself as a guinea pig. My own mind was a laboratory to see just what I could do, just what could I create. In 1988, when I was 28, I began working with other individuals. I became a consulting hypnotist and a master practitioner in neuro-linguistic programming. The two disciplines marry together phenomenally. And so I've been playing in the playground of the other than conscious mind for many, many years. I've worked with hundreds of people, thousands of people over the last 30 years. And so hopefully by the end of this little conversation, you'll have a greater access to the power of your subconscious mind. So I thought I'd have this short conversation, and I'd also make an offer. In full transparency, I'm going to make a little offer at the end of this training. So 95% training, 5% offer. Because if I don't offer you a chance to work with me, then I'm doing you a disservice. And if I don't train you up front without just make an offer, then I'm not doing you any good either. So now the reason I'm telling you up front is I want to be transparent. I also want to feel comfortable knowing that there's an offer at the end of this training. So it's 95% training, 5% offer, maybe even 2% offer. I'll even tell you now what the investment is. There's a $550 investment and there's a $50 investment. If either of those is too much for you, then you can decide right now that you're just going to listen to the training and you're not going to have to go ahead. You're not going to say yes. You can feel comfortable not saying yes. That's okay with me. We'll still be friends. But I want you to listen to the training with full attention. Can you do that? I know you can do that. Okay, fact number one about your subconscious mind. First and foremost, it is your friend. It is your best friend. It has got your back 24/7, 365. It is always looking out for you, always has your best interest at heart. It is intentional in nature. It is benevolent in nature. Self-sabotage is not a real thing. If you have the experience of self-sabotage, that your unconscious is getting in the way of your conscious intentions, what that means is that you're not in alignment consciously and unconsciously. We have to have a conversation with our other than conscious mind. Sometimes that other than conscious mind has not been brought up to date. It's still operating on an old program. In fact, every program that you've ever been taught, every interaction, you remember everything. And so there may be something in your past that flies in the face or in conflict with a powerful intention that you've created. Doesn't mean that it's self-sabotaging. It just means that we have to have a deeper conversation. Just understand, nothing else you get is that your unconscious mind is your friend. It loves you and wants you to be successful. Okay, fact number two, your conscious mind is not responsible for figuring things out. Your conscious mind its role is to create an intention and then turn it over to your other than conscious mind. You ask, does any part of me disagree? And you'll hear a little BS response, or what about this, or what about that? And if you gloss over that, then that's the part that will come back up because it's a fear, it's a concern. You want to address all your concerns. And so if you have a small fear that comes up, it's not telling you to stop. That fear that comes up from the other than conscious mind is telling you, pay attention. We've not done this before. We don't know exactly how to do it. So let's figure it out. And it's just a concern. It's an agent of concern. It raises a concern and you address it with the other than conscious mind. You ask for options, other solutions. Can we find a way around this? If you just steamroll over it and push it down, push that concern down, it's going to pop back up and you'll experience it like self-sabotage. Remember, your other than conscious mind is there for your behalf, is there on your behalf, is there to be your friend. And so in being a good friend, listen to when the concerns come up. It's not telling you to stop. It's telling you to pay attention. It's just something to address, something to handle. And once you do, you can move forward. And you can even ask the question. Again, your conscious mind doesn't have to figure out, how can we alleviate that potential pitfall, that potential obstacle? And then you'll start generating new ideas. Most people are asking the wrong question. Remember that the role of your conscious mind is to set your other than conscious mind in a direction. We do that by asking questions. And so if a concern comes up, I don't know if that's going to work. What could happen that wouldn't allow it to work? And your other than conscious mind will come up with these reasons. These now become new goals, new intentions. How can we orchestrate around these? How can we create, alternative paths around this till we don't experience that? This is how you work with, engage with your other than conscious mind. The other thing about your other than might as well have fun. My other than conscious mind is telling me we're supposed to have fun. And that's why I'm starting to act a little goofy. Okay. So item number 3, understand that your other than conscious mind is non-linear in its thinking. You can take item number 4, item number 76, and item 34, and then item 144. I'm getting on the 4s. My other than conscious mind is starting to make some associations. They're all divisible by 12. And so your other than conscious mind can start aggregating information from all these different places and integrate it in a new way. This is why you want to lean on your other than conscious mind. It is so much more powerful at processing information, and it does so in a non-linear fashion. The conscious mind's primarily concerned 1, 2, 3, 4, like moving in a straight line. The more you operate on the other than conscious level, you're going to be more, what do they call it? A lot of people say it's ADHD, attention deficit disorder, squirrel. You see all these different things out in the world. Your other than conscious mind is paying attention to all that. And if you are constantly distracted off into the distance, then your conscious intention isn't yet as powerful. Your conscious mind likes to think it's the boss. Your other than conscious mind is actually the boss. And so this is your executive function, your conscious mind, you make decisions. Your other than conscious mind offers up choices. And then you can make a decision with your conscious mind. But your other than conscious mind can process all this different information. We'll say 3.0 or 3.2 item on the list. It's great at pattern recognition. It will recognize in disparate patterns all over the place and can put them together in a new way. Sometimes it's a little overwhelming for the conscious mind because the conscious mind is trying to follow everything that's going on and it's not adept at doing that. And so there's a certain amount of surrender that your conscious mind needs to make. So like the clients that contacted me, we create the intention and then we get curious. I wonder how we're going to fulfill on this. I wonder what needs to be put in place. I wonder who I can learn from. How can I accelerate my progress? What has been the things in the past that have stopped me? How can I orchestrate my way around those past deficits or those past pitfalls? And so we're just asking different questions. We're engaging our other than conscious mind to come up with the solutions. We're working cooperatively with our other than conscious mind. You can be unstoppable once you make that connection, this relationship with your other than conscious mind. Okay, factoid number 4. I think we're on 4, 4.5. Well, we don't need to keep track. Again, our other than conscious mind is taking all this information. In fact, I've said several statements within statements. So your other than conscious mind is going to filter all that out and make sense of it. Just this is okay. This is what you want the conscious mind to do, to trust. This is a novel concept for a lot of people, to trust your other than conscious mind. You drive down the road. If you've ever driven a car, you drive down the road more or less unconsciously. Your other than conscious mind is the aspect that's driving. You've given up conscious control. You're kind of paying attention, but you're traveling down the road just feet away from another vehicle traveling the other way, 60, 70, 100 miles an hour, 60, or let's say 100 kilometers per hour, 60 miles per hour, within feet of each other. And your other than conscious mind is processing everything, processing what's happening over there and back there and over there, and adjusting your speed. It understands what it needs to do. And there, in that particular context, you trust your unconscious mind. In fact, you'll arrive at the destination and you'll wonder, I don't even remember coming here. I don't remember the roads I took. I don't remember, like, it's kind of a blur. Your conscious mind was engaged in other things. Your other than conscious mind was processing the driving experience. So when we create these intentions and we turn it over to our other than conscious mind, we trust it's working for us. That trust is paramount. The more you trust, the more you surrender to your other than conscious mind, the more powerful your relationship, the more powerful your results. I can speak firsthand testimony to that. What else can we say about the other than conscious mind? Oh, yes. Your other than conscious mind operates out of past patterns. It's learned how to be in the world. It's learned what has been effective for it in the past. So why reinvent the wheel? Let's just repeat a pattern that we've done before. Worked then, maybe it'll work now. 9 times out of 10, maybe 99 times out of 100, it works. Maybe not 100% right, 100% effective, but it pretty much works. Most people do not seek change. They do not seek, transformation or the relationship with their other unconscious or reprogramming their habitual patterns until that habit gets in the way, no longer gets them the result that they originally wanted. Or maybe we adopted a habit pattern in the past to avoid responsibility. Or when things would get tough, we'd shut down or we'd find a distraction. We'd creatively procrastinate. See, it wants us to be happy. We're procrastinating in order to be happy. Our conscious, on some level, we think engaging in this other intention is detrimental to our safety, detrimental to our well-being, detrimental to feeling good. And so if we encounter some work, some effort, we don't really want to do that, our other than conscious mind will kick in an old pattern and we'll procrastinate. We'll find something else. We'll get distracted. We'll sleep in. Well, I'm so tired. I'm hungry. I wonder what I need to clean my office. Or we'll find something else to do that's easier, that brings with it a sense of satisfaction. Again, it's all about re-educating re-educating. It's literally re-educating the brain and creating a new pattern, a new effective and productive pattern. Wouldn't that be nice if all your patterns were effective and productive? Yes, it would be. So it's my wish for you that you've gotten some valuable nuggets out of this short training. And here's the offer. I'm going to tell you, here's the offer right now. I'm offering to do customized, personalized hypnotic audios. What does that look like? Well, the normal price is $555. I'm knocking $111 off for, I haven't done these. I've actually stopped doing these about a year and a half ago. And I said I wasn't going to do them anymore. But since these 2 clients have contacted me, I've done audios for them. And I thought, why not make it available to everybody? On a conditional basis, I have limited spots. Because of the amount of work that goes into each and every audio, there is a client intake form you fill out, and then when you return that to me, I get some basic information about your life, what's going on, what are your relationships like, what's your history, and then we have an interview, about a 90-minute interview. A lot of people find that that interview is instructive and coaching inside of itself and possibly worth the entire cost of the audio. Like I said, the audio is dropped down to $444. After our interview, I process all the information. I create an audio hypnotic message that's personalized, tailored to you. Now, why is that important? Because you can think you want something consciously, and your other than conscious mind may say, nah, nada. That's not right. So I gather that information. I appeal, I ask and talk to all parts of you. Now, one thing that I didn't say before, here's another factoid on your other than conscious mind. It communicates non-verbally. It will communicate through your body through sensations and non-verbal cues, little ticks, little gestures. I notice all that stuff. Many years ago, I had a woman come to me. She thought she was in love with the man she was with. Problem was in the bedroom. She wanted me to help fix her orgasm problem. She wanted to be more orgasmic. She come right to the edge and not go over the edge. And her lover, her boyfriend, was disappointed, depressed. It's his fault. It was all his fault. And she felt it was her fault. Like, what's going on? And she thought hypnosis would be the thing that would push her over the edge, metaphorically. Well, in talking to her, I realized that it wasn't the fact that she was not able to have an orgasm, is that the level of trust inside this relationship was not adequate for her to fully release and let go. And so I gave her the option to do so inside the relationship, to actually give in to the natural processes. And I went through that. I don't have to go into that now. Or she would realize that it's not a fit on another than conscious level, and she would make different decisions. So long story short, 3 months after our session, she ended up ending the relationship. And she almost immediately found another man, another lover, another boyfriend who sent her over the moon, almost 24/7. It's like they could not get even off each other. They were more a perfect match. There was a level of trust that wasn't there. Her other than conscious mind informed me. I gave the other than conscious mind the option. See, I'm not going to force a suggestion or an intention, my intention on you. I want it to be personalized for you. And so your other than conscious mind will always make the most benevolent choice when offered a choice. And so all I did was offer up a choice. And she wrote me back a letter 6 months later. She knew I had something to do with it, or our session had something to do with it. And she was so happy. She couldn't be any more happier than what she was. So that's just one indication how a personalized audio, and it can be memory, it can be confidence, 10x your confidence. What else have, different people have had me work on in the past? There's been parents that have been overly concerned about the safety of their kids, and helicopter parents, and it was driving them nuts, driving their kids nuts. And how could they release? And so we just set it up, and it's still ecological. This is a big thing. Everything that I do is ecological, maintains the ecology of your life, of your mind, of your body. In fact, one of the caveats that I put in place, one of the safety switches, the valves that I put in, my dad was a pipe fitter. So I've done plumbing. So I think about valves. There's a check valve where there's be no backflow. It's an automatic safety valve I put in. What that does, I'm getting distracted. I'm getting all caught up in plumbing. What that does is I only allow, or I give you the suggestion that you will only allow productive, valuable, and effective suggestions for you to take root. So that means when you're watching TV, you're watching the news, from that point forward, you'll have a built-in BS detector. If it's going into your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind goes, I don't know about this. This is not for my better good. It'll say, like, it'll call it'll say, pay attention. And suddenly you'll start to be aware what's actually being said here, what's being said, what's the suggestion, what's being communicated, other than consciously. The news does it all the time. Your friends do it all the time. Your lovers do it all the time. Your parents do it all the time. Your other than conscious mind is usually open. It's taking in everything. And if you don't have a guard at the gate, then just about everything will get in. And so one of the beautiful things about working with me, and I got that from one of my mentors, is that you'll only accept those ideas that are productive, valuable, and effective for you. In fact, from this point forward, if you're listening to this now, that's the way it's going to be. I'm just giving you that suggestion. Your other than conscious mind is taking it in. So I said that there was a $500 offer and a $50 offer. If that's too steep, if that's not what you want, I have 7 hypnotic audios available to you. Over $150 worth of value, only $50. 7 different induction audios. You can think of them as meditations. One is designed to elicit an anchoring to create triggers. That's count down from 3 to 1. Take a nice deep breath and relax. It is designed to eliminate stress within a matter of seconds. Within 60 seconds, you can neutralize stress from the day. 3, 2, 1. And released. I have an autogenic training, mind-body training, build a mind-body connection, promotes healing, self-healing. You can think about a particular area of your body. You can shunt blood to that area, healing energy through the focus of your mind. How these work is that they don't have any direct hypnotic suggestions. They do have induction techniques. I assist you in getting relaxed. I assist you in developing that relationship of rapport with your other than conscious mind. How you can utilize it for your own programming is before you listen to it, you create your intention. And so before you listen to, say, one of the audios that is progressive relaxation, you'll say, as a result of listening to this audio, my confidence will increase by a factor of 10. Each and every time I listen to this audio, my confidence will increase by a factor of 10. Each and every way, I'll become more and more confident. You can do this before you fall asleep. There's 2 audios on sleep throughout the night, sleep deeply, relax, wake up. How do you want to wake up? You decide ahead of time. How do I want to wake up? I wake up refreshed, renewed, and full of gratitude. So that's it. That was easy, right? You can get either 7 hypnotic audios, over $150 worth of value for only $50, and money back guaranteed. If they're not satisfying, if you don't get deep in trance when listening to them, send them back or keep them and say, I want a refund. It's all digital, but I trust you. I trust you, because if you're lying to me, you'll know that you're lying, and that has greater impact on you. But honestly, if you don't get the value from it, I don't want your money. Ask for a refund. I want you to have the effective life, the productive life that's available to you when you develop a relationship with your other than conscious mind. Nobody has ever asked for their money back. I know you will go deep in trance. I know you'll get results. I know it will change your relationship with your mind, your relationship with your body. That's just $50. If you want a more personalized experience, a more customized experience, opt in for the custom audio, $444 on sale. Again, satisfaction guaranteed. I will work with you. I'll not just one, maybe 2. If what I produce for you doesn't get the results you want, come back to me, say, hey, I still have the problem, still have the issue, still want to get it fixed. We'll do something else, do something different. I will not let you walk away unsatisfied. No way. You will get the result you want, guaranteed. I don't know anybody else that can say that. You don't hear anybody, do you? So that's the 2 options. I hope you enjoyed the training. Let me know if you got any value out of it. Let me know about anything that intrigued you, that you learned. And by all means, if you want to move forward on either the hypnotic audios or the customized audios, do that. Take action today. because it could go away. Like I said, I only have limited spots open for the customized audio. That may end tomorrow. I'm only going to do maybe two or three, because it takes some time. I got other things going on. I got a podcast and I got other clients. I got coaching programs. So, but I want to support you in your goals for 2024. Thank you. This is your friend Daniel. Talk to you soon.